I'm joined at this hour by senior sports journalist and consulting editor of Sportstar, Vijay Lokpalli, and Indian cricket fan, Rishi Chhabra. Vijay, let me come to you. Rohit Sharma saying that, we've played all our life in these conditions, but we fell short. It was also a question of mental adjustment. Where is India falling short? They couldn't cross over the finish line in New Zealand when it came to ODI cricket, and now falling short in Bangladesh as well.
Well, I find it very strange because they're still in the learning process. They've been playing for so many years and different kinds of pitches in India, in Australia, and as you said, in New Zealand also. So they are still in the learning process. I hope they learn it before they go into the next World Cup. But today they stood exposed. The main thing is that they have not learned to respect the opposition. You can't take things for granted. And from 156 for 9, if you allow the opposition to recover last wicket stand of 51 runs on the same pitch where you say batting was difficult. So there are so many things for the coach and the captain to answer. And in times to come, there will be questions asked on the selection process. You look at, out of context, I'm just saying, you look at the catch dropped by KL Rahul. It shows very clearly that he was out of practice. These kind of catches, you have to be regularly training to take these catches. It is not easy for anyone to just get under the ball and take a catch. And you see how poorly positioned he was, how he took the catch. So these are matters for the team management to answer. In course of time, Rahul Dravid is there. He will take care of it. But it's high time they do some strict introspection.
Okay, before we go deep into the match and talk about the match, Rishi, I have to ask you if that dropped catch of KL Rahul was really the turning point of the night.
Well, it was, Rika. The 10th wicket stand scoring 51 runs, it's simply not acceptable. I know there's credit to be given to the bowlers that they brought us back into the game, 136 for 9, but the line and length that they bowled in the last 6 to 7 overs, it was not acceptable. And there's no reason that, you can give for the last wicket pair to score 51 runs when you say that batting was difficult on that pitch. KL Rahul was standout performance for India. He managed to score those runs. Otherwise, we would have been, looked like a school team playing Bangladesh with that. If you would have, subtracted that 70 odd runs that KL Rahul scored for India.
Bangladesh is actually not a bad team when it comes to ODI cricket. But Vijay, when you spoke about team selection, would you say that there are now big questions on Rohit Sharma's captaincy also, the way he used his bowlers today?
Of course, people have been, there has been discussion regarding his captaincy. Sometimes he looks lost and he doesn't, although he is a bowler's captain. All these years, bowlers have loved Rohit Sharma because he backs them. He gives them the field they want. But of late, he is looking a little disjointed when it comes to taking decisions on the field and selection matters. I don't understand why is Rishabh Pant, unless he's injured,
exactly.
Why is he not there?
So would you say that was a big hole in the Indian camp today, sending off Rishabh Pant and getting KL Rahul, a part-timer, to keep wickets?
Look, Rika, this is just, they're experimenting, fair enough, but at what cost? Are you not destroying the confidence of a young cricketer who has won you test matches in Australia and England, and he's performed overseas, and he's supposed to be a big player in the times to come? And he has no one to guide him. It looks like it because the way he's been sitting out, not able to play the key games. And here at least, I don't know, we don't know if he's injured. I can accept it, but there's no reason why he has gone back. This part of experimentation where you will have KL Rahul to play as wicketkeeper, then where does Rishabh Pant stand? Can't he not play as a batsman?
Vijay, I really have to ask you about the year ahead, the months ahead, when we are going into a crucial World Cup, a 50-over World Cup, and we'll have a new set of selectors come in. Do you think that the selectors will have the courage to take some bold decisions, given that, now we have an old set of players coming in, the experienced or the stars so-called coming in, but not delivering the kind of results we expect?
Well, selectors, they will have to deliver. It's a new selection committee. Obviously, they have a task not just the T20, not just the ODI World Cup, the T20 World Cup 2 years down the line, but they will be under enormous pressure because once they take over, people will want the team to win, the team to perform, and please try to understand selectors do their best. It is not that the previous selection committee did not. They may have made some errors, but ultimately the responsibility lies with the coach and the captain. They are the ones who also ask for certain players, and when they ask for those players, they should play them. So it's a teamwork, selectors, coach, captain, and of course they have the backing of the BCCI. So I hope the coming season augurs well for Indian cricket.
Rishi, I know you are a big fan of Virat Kohli. Now, Virat Kohli coming back after a break, Rohit Sharma also coming back after a break. They didn't really make an impact on the match. Would you say that this is a case of being out of touch with the game? You know, the top stars, they decide to rest when they want to rest and they decide to play when they want to play.
Well, I don't really understand, the reason why Virat Kohli was given rest, because just before the World Cup, he took a long gap when he wanted to, stay away from the game. He came back, he played the World Cup, and then this was the team that should have gone to New Zealand instead of playing Bangladesh. I feel, youngsters should have been given a go against Bangladesh, but this team should have played against New Zealand and got that experience. But again, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, the kind of players that they are, it shouldn't be difficult for them to come back to form. But again, one point that I would like to say that even when the series started, I think the team had just one practice session yesterday before today's game, and that won't be enough. In any international game, you need proper preparations when you're going and playing proper cricket.
Absolutely. As Vijay said right in the beginning, you can't take the opposition for granted. Vijay, I have to ask you about Deepak Chahar. He made a good start, but not an impressive finish. That's where India really lost the game. Would you say that we are again missing an experienced hand when it comes to closing the overs, closing the match?
Definitely. I think you're pointing to Bumrah. At some point, he will come in and take over the death overs. And as far as Deepak Chahar is concerned, he needs assistance from the pitch. The kind of bowler he is, where the ball will skid or maybe also come up because he has the ability to surprise the batsman. But how long? I mean, you can't have bowlers who will just do well if the pitch helps them, like Bhuvaneshwar. At some point, Bhuvaneshwar also began to find it tough when the pitch was not helping. But you will have to find out bowlers from whatever you have. Kuldeep Singh looked good today. I don't know how well he will perform over a period of time. But yeah, I mean, also, Rika, if you see the Virat Kohli dismissal, they had planned it. They had a man there. So probably we would have been watching that he does play it in there. But of course, Virat will come back strongly.
Yes, it was a drive that Virat Kohli wasn't expecting to go into the hands of Liton Das. The catch he took was a fantastic catch, flying in the thin air. But, Indian cricket has more questions right now than answers. And hopefully they are able to find answers to all those questions sooner than later. Thank you very much, Vijay and Rishi, for joining me on the show this evening.